Hey, how's it going, everybody? You guys are watching Some for All, a place where you guys can watch some My Hero Academia CCG videos for all of you amazing people around the world. As per usual, thank you so much to all of my new subscribers. We grinded, we almost have 50 subscribers. Guys, if you're watching this and you're not already subscribed, go ahead, hit that pause button. Actually, don't hit it yet because you're not going to be hearing what I'm saying next. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button while you're down there too, just might as well do it. So that way you guys can continue to see all of the My Hero Academia CCG content. Now, today I'm talking about Asui Tsuyu. It's going to be a little bit more of a quicker video. I already went through the entire article. If you guys know, Asui is one of my favorite characters in the series, and I have mentioned before in the past that I will be building her deck, regardless if she is good or if she's bad. Based off her effects, I think that she's going to be pretty good, but we're going to get into that a little bit later in the video. But I do want to mention, and I think you guys should keep in mind as well, or if you guys don't know, there's actually going to be two Asui Tsuyus in this set. They did confirm that. So this is the first version. We're going to be getting a second version later on. I'm assuming they might do a reveal for that as we get closer to the actual launch coming in November. So within the next couple of weeks, or I guess more than a couple of weeks. God damn, I wish this game was already coming out. But anyways, so this is the first Asui Tsuyu. She has a hand size of 7 with a vitality of 20. So lower on the health pool size, but of course that's how they balance this game out, right? The more cards you have in your hand, typically the less vitality you're gonna have. So hand size is 7, pretty good. So she has 2 enhance effects. One, you have to her first one, and the one you're going to be using very often, in fact probably going to use both very often, but the second one really allows you to use the first one and really allow it to be live. So the first one is you have to commit her, so you change her from the ready state to the commit state. Your attack gets +2 speed. That's the first thing. So right off the bat, boom, your attack gets +2 speed. The next effect is you may discard 1 kick or range attack from your card pool. So that's actually really good, right? Because that means that you're not going to be hit by progressive difficulty as bad as you're progressing through your string of attacks, as you're progressing through your combos, right? So then her second enhance effect is you flip 1 foundation, so you flip it over, and then you can ready Asui Tsuyu, playable while committed. So typically, once a card is committed, right, you wouldn't be able to use the effect, especially obviously if the effect says you have to commit the card. But because of this second effect, by flipping one of the foundations, you can then ready Asui Tsuyu, which means that you can then use her first effect once again, give another attack +2 speed, but then on top of that as well, be able to discard a kick or range attack from your card pool, so that way your progressive difficulty isn't as bad, right? So that is Asui Tsuyu in a nutshell. Now her attacks are pretty interesting. So her first attack here is 20-meter tongue strike. So it's a range attack, so again, it goes with how her character card effect works. And in the enhanced step, if your character is committed, commit 1 rival foundation. So again, obviously, you can use Asui Tsuyu's first effect, get +2 speed, discard 1 card from your card pool, be it a kick or range attack. And because Asui Tsuyu is committed, if when it comes back to your turn for the enhance, so say you enhance first, and then your opponent uses an enhance or skips their enhance effect, and then it comes back to you, you can now use 20-meter strike. Because your character is committed, you can commit 1 of your rival's foundations. So this card could potentially have a speed of 6, mid attack, so you know it's decent, can be blocked by everything, and a damage of 6 as well, so it's not too shabby. Up next we have Frog Kick. So this one is a low with a speed of 2, so nothing too special, but things do get interesting because remember, you can actually make this 4 speed because you're going to be able to have this ability up so often where you can just give your attacks +2 speed. So this one's really almost like it's 4 speed with 5 damage. But it has 2 effects. The first effect is a response. So after this card leaves your card pool during the combat step, you can ready 1 foundation that has not already been readied this combat phase. Now this is where things get fun, and this is where things can get interesting, right? So of course, once a card leaves your card pool, and you can use it in various effects, like for example, when you're using your Asui Tsuyu's first enhance effect, you discard 1 kick or range attack from your card pool. Oh look, we have a frog kick, right? It happens to be a kick. That means we could discard it from our card pool. Boom, just like that. Frog Kick's response effect kicks in, and now we can ready 1 foundation, right? We'll get into our foundations a little bit later, but that's how you could use this. Now the enhance, if this attack deals damage, your next attack this turn gets +3 speed. So now you can keep up the aggression, you can keep the speed going. And remember, you can ready your Asui Tsuyu as well. If you do have a foundation that you can go ahead and flip over, get +2 speed from that. Your frog kick that you previously used will give your next attack +3 speed. So essentially your next attack can have up to +5 speed. Pretty damn good, right? Okay, next up is Frog Lashing. Now, Frog Lashing is interesting. So it has a response effect breaker, and it has 2 enhance effects as well. Now, hopefully you guys can correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below, just because the breaker keyword like explanation isn't on this card. Of course, it would be in the rulebook. But to my knowledge, breaker essentially means that if you block with this card, whatever the breaker value is, the next card that your opponent plays in terms of their progressive difficulty will be whatever that number is. So because this is breaker 1, that means that the next card that, and your opponent, and you use this card to block, the next card that your opponent plays, typically the next attack your opponent plays, is going to have +1 difficulty added to it. So the interesting thing about Frog Lashing is its 2 enhance effects, and I want to start with its second enhance effect first. So you can ready 2 face down foundations. Now the reason why this is good is because obviously Asui Tsuyu is going to be flipping foundations over by using her second effect, so that way she can continuously use her first effect. But more importantly, it allows it to set up for the first enhance for Frog Lashing, which essentially gives this attack +1 damage for each one of your ready face down foundations. So of course you're flipping your foundations over, which typically for a lot of decks, you know, it's kind of bad because now you can only basically use them in order to pass your control checks and things like that. But now you're actually able to scale up Frog Lashing's attack. It's already a basic, it already has a base damage of 6, and now it can get +1 for each ready foundation. If you're able to use its second enhance and ready 2 foundations, that's already +2 damage, which means it's already going to be a 8 damage attack. And of course, this is a ranged attack, which means that you could take advantage of this card along with the, like if you combo it with Frog Kick, where you can give it +3 speed. Of course, Asui Tsuyu's ability giving +2 speed. So we have a scenario where you can have a Frog Lashing right off the bat. Probably you have more face down foundations, but you can have essentially +9. You can have a attack that's 9 speed with 8 base damage, or not 8 base damage, but 8 damage because you have 2 ready foundations. Most likely, if you're using that second enhance effect. Of course, if you have more, it's just going to scale up and continue to do more damage. Okay, lastly, let's just go over her foundations real quick. Just a couple of them. So we got Amphibious here. So it is a 1, which is pretty damn good. You always like to see that for your foundations. And its effect is once per turn. If a card has left your card pool this turn, and we already gone over how that can happen multiple times with this deck. If a card has left your card pool this turn, ready this foundation. Playable while committed, right? Pretty damn good. Then we have Rescue Completed. So 2 enhance effects. Destroy. Ready 2 face down foundations that have not been ready this combat phase. So again, that will allow you to power up your Frog Lashing. Of course, you know, it can't be ones that have already been committed. But then its second enhance, you can commit 1 foundation. This attack gets +1 or -2 speed. So you can use it on the offensive end, use it on the defensive end. It is a low block as well with a block modifier of 2. So I actually really like this foundation. And then here we have Wall Cling. So this one, you're going to have to flip it over anyway. So this will automatically be able to be used to power up your Frog Lashing. But in terms of its effect, it's in the enhanced step. If this attack is blocked, it deals no damage. So again, you could use this ideally on the defensive end, right? Flip it over. If the attack is blocked, it deals no damage. If you have mid blockers and you go ahead and block, then typically you would take half damage, but you can use Wall Cling to essentially take no damage from that attack, which is pretty damn good, just because it allows you to not have to block the exact zone every single time. So overall, I think that Asui Tsuyu is pretty decent. If I'm being honest, I'm not as hyped as Ida was. Clearly, I was extremely hyped for Ida, but don't get me wrong, I'm still going to play this Asui Tsuyu. I'm also going to play her second version whenever that does get released as well, and we're able to see what she does. But overall, I mean, her cards seem pretty good. Her playstyle seems unique so far from what we've seen. I like the idea of the kicks and the range, the ability to use flipped down foundations, because we haven't seen that type of mechanic so far in the game where like that's actually an asset to your game plan. So I think it's pretty fun. I think it'll be pretty interesting. Do I think it's the most OP? No, but regardless, I think it's going to be fun. And at the end of the day, we play card games because we want to have fun, right? And that's all that matters, you know. Play characters or play decks that you like, and then ultimately have fun. That should always be the basis of every card game. And I think that Asui Tsuyu definitely fits that bill for me. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. But most importantly, guys, you gotta go plus ultra and also hit subscribe. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.